Good afternoon, distinguished guests. It's an honor, really, that the Caravan of Knowledge has given us an opportunity to share the experience that we have successfully implemented Chevron Enjoy Science project in the first phase, which is the 5 years until last year. And we are in the second phase with an extension of 2 more years. Right? So I would like to present with you that what is the key model of this project that might be useful for you and for any policymaker who might think about adopting or replicating Chevron Enjoy Science model. In terms of the driver for STEM education, when we think about why STEM education has become an urgent agenda for our country, these are all 4 drivers. Right? The skills mismatch by the employer that has been voiced by our employers in the nation, that the kids graduating from the education system, their skill don't match with the demand of the workforce. Secondly, the advanced technology that has been changing rapidly, that our education system need to catch up with such a rapid change of the technology. Thirdly, the social mobility. There are a lot of our neighbor countries whose workforce have been coming into our country. They have become another group of competitive workforce that if our students cannot catch up with in terms of the skill set, I think they will become the bottom of the social pyramid. And lastly, we talk a lot about the climate change and many drivers related to sustainable development, that we believe that the STEM education will help build awareness of the students to be able to respond to sustainable development. And in the future, we believe that they become the leaders that will better respond to sustainable development issues. So what does it mean in terms of STEM education? In this panel, you talk about the STEAM, right? With an A, addition to STEM. What do we mean by STEM education? For our center, when we talk about the STEM, we would like to emphasize that when teaching and instruction is delivered in a classroom, and integration of interdisciplinary have to be emphasized by teachers, and application of the knowledge to solve the problem has to be stressed in order that students can relate what they learn in multiple disciplines into the real life problems. Secondly, we would like to stress on the inquiry-based learning, that teachers need to be able to organize a learning experience that helps students questions, motivate to know about the phenomena, and also to be able to use the scientific concept with an engineering design to design a solution that address the problems around them. We would like to create a passion that they would like to learn science in order that they can help address the problems around their communities. And I believe that it will help address the gap between the communities and education as well. I can give you one example. When we first launched science education in a rural area on an island called Got Yao Noi, right, which means the island that is long but small. And on that island, we have a very wonderful teacher, and she initiated a project for students to undertake, and she tried to encourage students to work in group and pose the questions that how this group of students can apply the physical science knowledge that they have learned in their class to address the problems. So students have to come up with the problem that related to the community context. Students spend about a week define the problem that they would like to address, and they go around the communities because that community are mostly fishermen, and they use fishing net, right, in their daily life. And the group of students observed that for the workers in the fishing industry to use the fishing net and lift up the net from the fish nursery, it took about 4 men, right? Use a fishing net to carry up a bundle of fish. And if there is a simple machine to help reduce that force that 4 men have to take to lift up the net, that group of students design a prototype using Kennex and design a pulley, a simple pulley to lift up that fishing net. And that prototype eventually has been translated into the real pulley that the head of that fisherman group adopt. When I interviewed the leader of that fisherman group, I asked him that, what do you think about this invention? He told me that, firstly, when I saw that prototype, I didn't believe that it will work out, but I try because I would like to see if our children can really invent something. And then, yeah, he invented that tool based on the prototype of this group of students designed, and it's really worked. And he gave me a very good notion that if the science that students study in the classroom can be translated into something that is useful for the community, it will help the community believe that education has values that can contribute to the community development. And that project really is my memorable project. And I believe that by introducing STEM, in which students have a chance to solve problems based on the real world problems and be able to apply what they learned, will lead to many benefits, including reducing the gap between the communities and educations, and help inspire kids to be confident and be motivated to study further. Lastly, we believe that working in team, solve problem together. Yes, there are 21st century skills, but it's very challenging how to help teachers to be good facilitator, to lead students, to come up with the passion and have the knowledge to solve such problems. So we use this model when we implement the project. We believe that for teachers and students to be able to implement STEM education, we need a lot of partners. And it's not just only the some teachers in some schools only, but we need engagement from many parties who are part of this education chain, right? So this education chain includes the educational service area office, which are the office in the provincial level. We have a local government who also govern schools in the province area, the universities, because we believe that in order to succeed and prove a successful model, you need to start somewhere. But if it's top down, we are not sure that we have the that kind of force to actually help the large scale project at the national level. So we start in some province where we found a champion at the provincial level that include the local governor or the supervisor in that province. And we work closely with universities because they are the key partner who provide the pre-service and in-service for new teachers and for in-service for school teachers, experienced teachers. And we work with Teachers College, Columbia, where Professor Tom Corcoran was the advisor to our project. And we believe that the expertise transfer is very important to help build capacity of our partners. And we work with retired teachers. We believe in these champions because they have time, they have passion to help other teachers, and they are excellent role models to transfer the good values to teachers. We work with university faculties in order to build their capacity of new practices, because the problem that we have today also is partly is a result of the pre-service education in universities, right? And then we believe that there are a lot of passionate faculties that would like to take part in improving the pre-service programs. So we join hands with them, and we work with master teachers. These master teachers, they are experienced teachers who we train them with new practices, and they are like early adopters in marketing term. So they can adopt new practices easily, and then they can demonstrate to other teachers that how these practices work in the classroom. And we work with these 15 university hubs where they can pool resources from the province, including their faculties. And we together adopt good materials and implement effective instructional practices and try to help guide teachers in school to adopt these new practices. And because we believe that changing practices take time, and we don't believe just only one time workshops and expect that teachers will change in 1 month or 1 semester without the support. So we decide this model in a way that there would be continuous support from the province itself and also from the external force to help hold hands the teachers and the mentors to implement new practices. For many new practices, it was very new for every party. So everyone learned together, and teachers who are very motivated, they implement those practices. By the time when they observe the change of the student outcomes, that's when they truly believe that this new practice really work. So this process takes time. Sometimes it takes a year, 2 years, 3 years, until the culture of instructional practices change occur in a group of learning communities within the province. So we also leverage professional learning community as a mechanism that teachers can work in groups. And this is very important, that when teachers who trust each other can work in group, they help and support each other. Like in many industries, I believe that many of you also come from sometime private sector. Once a new employer enter a workplace, they are placed with a mentor. And I believe that teaching profession also need a coach, a mentor, so that they can plan together. So we believe that the teacher, when they adopt the new practices, it takes time, and then students will be motivated. And the the next slide that I would like to show to you, which will be very quick, is also how we do the professional development for teachers and school leaders, that we would like to make sure that they try to have a chance to try out the new practices in the classroom with continuous feedback from the mentor. And the last slide, I would like to emphasize that we focus a lot on pedagogies together with good instructional materials. We have to make sure that teachers are equipped with the learning materials that are high quality. And those pedagogies, they have to have a chance to adopt gradually in their classroom and with continuous support from the mentors and from the team. So that's what I would like to share with you, the key points of the Enjoy Science model. There are more, but until next time, when we have more time, then yeah, we can share more. This is partly a success factor of Enjoy Science model. And thank you for the opportunity for our team to share with you. I have Dr. Mark Windell and Professor Tom Corcoran, who are now standby to answer any questions. Thank you.